Hey mamas, it's me. So I know we're supposed to be on a break, and I promise you it really is a break. Season 2 of the podcast will be back the first week of October, but I missed y'all and I wanted to pop on real quick. I just got a few things I want to talk about, so I will make this quick. One, I wanted to come to you all really quickly just to remind you that even though the podcast is on a break, and even though we've already gone through the core values of Balanced Working Mama, we still are working on our balance and our wellness. Okay, we will not stop. We are not taking a break from that. We all are collectively working towards changing the narrative around what is possible for working mamas when it comes to work, motherhood, and wellness. I want to tell you that lately I've been hearing from some people that the idea of balance is not possible. And I think what happens is that when we as working mamas become frustrated, when we become overwhelmed, when we become, when we need help, we're not in a good space. We're not in a good place. And then it's really easy to come to the conclusion that, well, you know what, balance is impossible because right now I'm having a hard time. But I want to remind you that balance is possible because we've talked about it all season of the first season of podcast of Balanced Working Mama. You all know that I know that balance is absolutely possible for us. And I am here to just remind you that even when you are not feeling your best, even when you have a lot going on, even when you are overwhelmed at work or at home or with any new thing that has popped up, balance is still possible and wellness is still a priority. And so I want to remind you of that because, like you, I too have moments where it just feels like, man, I can't balance it, or my wellness is just, but I quickly get myself into shape and I tell myself, look, balance is possible. Wellness is always a priority and I'm going to work this thing because I have no other choice right now. We can achieve balance in our work, motherhood, and wellness, and Balanced Working Mama is living proof of that. So, with that being said, I have a proposition for you. I really, really, really want y'all to consider joining the Empower Wellness Program. So if you have listened to the first season of the podcast, you probably know all about it. You've heard me talk about it, but I want to come to you now to talk to you more because the last day to register for the second cycle of the Empower Wellness Program is on Friday. Yes, that is Friday, September 18th. Right now, we have about 5 more spots available, and there is 1 more week to register. So I really wanted to come to you all to really encourage you to register. This program is for any working mama who is tired of feeling tired. You no longer want to feel the mom guilt. You no longer want to struggle with your boundaries. You are tired of feeling overwhelmed and not prioritizing your wellness. And I will tell you that if you are in that place where you're feeling all of those things, you don't have to continue to feel those things because the Empower Wellness Program is here to help. Last cycle of the Empower Wellness Program, when we started in July, I was able to help 12 mamas really turn those things around. And these mamas now are in a much different place and are continuing to work on their wellness. Many of them are still in contact with one another, continuing to empower one another towards wellness and better balance in work, motherhood, and wellness. And so I want to invite you, if you have been considering it, if you know that you want to feel differently but just not sure where to start, if you know that you don't want to feel how you feel any longer, this is absolutely your opportunity. And the thing about it is, you don't need to know what you want to work on because that's what the wellness assessment is for. And in the Empower Wellness Program, we take 2 wellness assessments. So I'm going to help you figure out what you're going to work on. All you have to do is show up with an open mind and readiness to empower other mamas who are also wanting to work on the same things. So Friday, September 18th is the absolute last day to register for the Empower Wellness Program. And I really, 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 really hope you all will join me in that. So let me tell you a little bit more of what the Empower Wellness Program includes. It is a 6-week long program. We have weekly group meetings with the mamas, and then also everyone will have a one-on-one touch point with me by phone, individually, to touch on and work on some of the things that are more personal to you. You will take a wellness assessment before we start the program, but then you'll also take another wellness assessment after the 6 weeks, because the first one will help us identify what your goals will be, and the very last one helps us to know how much progress you've made. So hopefully you listened to the last episode in the season, because we had some of the mamas on there talking about their experience, and it was a great time. So I'm really looking forward to getting started in October again. We have about 5 spots left, and we have until Friday. Registration closes on Friday. This program is $55 per week for the 6 weeks. And again, we get started the week of October 4th. If you are interested in registering, please go to balanceworkingmama.com. Then you will see information for the Empower Wellness Program. Click Learn More, and then there will be a link for registering. You can register right there. If you have some questions and you want to talk with me about them first, initially, just like a little consult, we can do that too. So because you all listen to the podcast, what I will do for you, if you want an initial consult first to talk about it, if you're just wanting to talk it over first before you register, that's not a problem at all. Email me at bwm@dramberthornton.com. Let me know that you're interested in the Empower Wellness Program, but you want an initial consult first, and we will schedule that. So email me. I'll make sure to include my email address in the show notes, but reach out to me so that we can schedule your consult, and we will talk a little bit more before you register. All right, mamas. Well, I'm about to go finish up my Sunday. My son and my husband are playing very nicely together. They don't need me, so I've been chilling. And it's been so nice. But I really do miss you all. I am in the midst of planning season 2 of the podcast. So again, if y'all have topics you want to hear about, or different things you want to hear on the podcast, or topics that we may have talked about before and you want to revisit, hit me up. Let me know. Y'all know where to find me. Email me, Instagram me, reach out to me. Let me know what you want to hear on season 2, because I am planning that absolutely right now. All right, y'all. Well, I look forward to having a few of you in the Empower Wellness Program. Again, please stick around, because season 2 of the podcast will return. One last thing that I will ask of you. If you are listening to this right now, and you received something from this podcast, and you enjoyed the podcast throughout season 1, please, please, please stop what you're doing right now and leave me a review. Leave me a rating, leave me a review, please, because this helps other people find the podcast, and it also helps them know that the podcast is legit. So please leave me a rating and or a review. It is much appreciated. All right, y'all. I'll see ya soon.